Oh, welcome. Thank you, everyone. Please settle down. I'd like to welcome you all to the inaugural episode of this little thing we're doing here. My name is Paul Freeman, and there'll now be a slight pause while everyone says, "Who cares?" This is something new we're going to be trying to do for you over the next couple of weeks, as long as we're in quarantine. We call it Wake Div Tonight. I've got good news and some bad news. The good news is I'll be here to share a few jokes with you while we're stuck in this pandemic. The bad news is, after you hear a few of my jokes, you'll know there are some things worse than COVID-19. Regardless, you're either going to love it or hate it or think it's just okay. And Wake Div tonight, we will try to share some jokes, and some classmates will share their talents. There'll be a little bit of music, some interviews. Might even have a few professors stop by. So think of this as the Tuesday community meetings without the guilt of skipping chapel service, of course. Speaking of chapels, COVID has changed the landscape of American religion. Last week, the Methodist bishops of North Carolina asked that all churches in the state suspend all services and ministries until the crisis is over. When congregants heard that hundreds of Methodist churches were being boarded up, they responded with, "At least nothing's changing in the Methodist Church." In all seriousness, when Governor Cooper announced that there were no gatherings of 10 or more allowed in the state, that meant that 80% of all Methodist churches were safe to continue operating. The Moravian Church is a little behind the times. They're still debating on how to respond to the pandemic. The 1918 pandemic, I mean. The Quakers, in a bold move, announced that they will strongly consider how to respond. Strongly consider. That is very bold language for the Quakers. Meanwhile, the Baptists are still trying to figure out the value of the squirts of hand sanitizer that are in the offering plate. Things are just as chaotic at Wake, though. This has been the first week of online classes. Oh, yes. Nothing ensures a sense of confidence like professors who can't work Canvas now running online classes. Of course, students are struggling with the new paper extension rules, and it turns out that giving your professor a roll of toilet paper is all the motivation that they needed. Oh, that's bad even for me. Now, I can't say we have a great show for you tonight, but I can say we have a show. Give it up for the Wake Div Tonight Band. Oh man, aren't they great? That was Cab Calloway and his orchestra playing the Jumpin' Jive. Thanks, Cab, and I look forward to speaking with you a little later in the show. Friends, these are some wild times we're living in. Lord knows I'm still trying to get used to this video recording system, and I still haven't found my light yet. But Mama always did say that I have a face made for radio. Anyway, everything has really changed over the past few weeks. Everything. I've been trying to stock up on some items like soap and food and, of course, toilet paper, and I know you've been trying to do the same. Last night I went to Walmart, and while I was there, I just so happened to let out a very innocent cough. 3 people pulled a gun on me. One thing I'm trying to do is get my ass wiped, not shot. Get ready to play the star-studded celebrity match game and match the stars with Jada Williams, Kirsty KP Fino, Logan Willis, Lizzie Davis, Ellen Snow, Logan John on Match Game Wake Div Edition. Tonight's show was sponsored by Duke University and Duke University's new motto, Duke University, come stay one semester until you find a better school to transfer to. Duke University. I'd like to welcome all of our contestants here to Match Game with us tonight. It's nice to have Jada and KP as our contestants, and it is great to see our regular panelist here this week with us. How are y'all doing?
Great. Great. Doing good.
Doing good, Paul. Doing good.
Fantastic.
And we're off. And we have another celebrity guest with us. Let's see. If you've never played Match Game before, the rules are very simple. There are 4 panelists here with us and 2 guests. I will ask a funny leading question with one word left out to the panelists. An example question might be, Dumb Dora is so dumb, she studies for a blank test. The panelists will each write down what they think is the best funny answer to fill in the blank. I will then ask one guest the question, and he or she will answer out loud. The goal is to try to match as many panelists as possible. The first guest to 5 points, or the most points at the end of round 2, will win. The winning guest then goes on to a bonus round. Does everyone get the rules? All right. So, Jada, KP, do rock, paper, scissors, and see who goes first.
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors. Me, boy!
All right. All the panelists ready. And here's the question. The Pillsbury Doughboy said, I'm so tired of people poking my tummy. For once, I wish people would blank my buns. I'm so tired of people poking my tummy. For once, I wish people would blank my buns, said the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Okay.
Hey, Paul, can we clarify real quick the candidates and the judges real quick?
Yeah, both Logans are panelists. Ellen and Lizzie are panelists as well. So y'all are coming up with answers. Once y'all have something in your mind, I will ask Jada for her response, and then we'll see who matches.
So we write it down now?
You can write it down or keep it in your mind.
Can you repeat it? I'm so sorry.
The Pillsbury Doughboy said, I'm so tired of people poking my tummy. For once, I wish people would blank my buns. That Pillsbury Doughboy has been poked for a long time. Let's see. All right, everyone's hard at work. Are you thinking, Jada?
Oh, I got mine, Paul.
All right. You seem like you got it.
We got it.
All right. Both Logans are in. Ellen, are you good?
I'm good.
Lizzie?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, Jada. Jada. The Pillsbury Doughboy said, I'm so tired of people poking my tummy. For once, I wish people would blank my buns.
I'm going to go with lick, Paul.
Lick! Well, that's a fine answer. Oh, the audience loves that. Lick my buns. All right, we'll begin with Ellen. Ellen, what did you have?
I did smack.
Smack.
Ooh.
Smack. All right, what about down the left-hand corner in the Logans?
Right, here's what we got, Paul. We got bake.
Ooh.
Bake.
Ooh.
Oh,
Bake my buns, Daddy.
2 bakes and a smack. Let's see, do we round off with a lick here?
We have massage.
Massage. Oh, good answers, but Jada, I'm afraid you come out with 0 points at the end of this. All right, we go over to KP. How are you feeling, KP?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
All right. Well, here's panelist. Here's the next question. I saw Grandma wearing a pair of booty shorts with the word juicy written across the rear.
Okay, well,
Now, let's be honest. Instead of juicy, it should have said blank. I saw Grandma wearing a pair of booty shorts with the word juicy written across the rear. Let's be honest. Instead of juicy, it should have said blank. Oh boy, we all have grandmas like this, don't we, Lizzie?
Yeah. Yeah. You and I have bonded over that.
We've both have stories of having to pull our grandma out of certain clubs.
Oh, filthy Phyllis is what I call her.
And I'm actually not wearing my juicy pants today, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. All right, are all of our panelists locked in? Okay, KP. I saw Grandma wearing a pair of booty shorts with the word juicy written across the rear. Let's be honest, instead of juicy, it should have said,
In honor of my last name that starts with a PH, I'm going to go with fat. PHAT.
flat. Oh, boy. I think Burlington Coat Factory sells that line.
Flat sounds good.
No,
Okay.
what was that?
Fat. PHAT.
Okay.
Not flat.
Grandma thick. Grandma thick.
Ellen, what have you got?
Good. Droopy.
Droopy. Droopy. All right. Elizabeth, what have you got?
Sexy.
Sexy. All right, we got sexy, a droopy, and to round it off, what have we got?
We have MAGA.
We end with the mega.
Oh my gosh.
Approve of that. All right. Well, at the end of round one, we're both racing to last place. We'll begin with round two. And Jada, are you ready?
I'm so ready, Paul. I'm feeling warmed up now.
Panelists, here we go. Last night, my brother Stephen thought he was a magician. When he woke up, he was sawing his blank in half. There's some dirty comments going on with the Logans. Now, Logan, you're a magician. Have you ever been in this position before?
Bars, Paul.
Saws are not usually what I work with, but you know, I've been making things disappear lately, so you know, who knows?
My uncle was a little bit of a magician. The way he made 3 wives disappear, that was really something. I could tell by the
Gotta love the Methodist.
that was a mixed joke that some like, some
I don't
didn't.
think it landed. I don't think it landed.
No, I don't think so.
After watching The Tiger King, it just hits too close to home.
Yeah.
Especially for Lizzie.
Especially for Lizzie.
Bala, my cousin.
Bala.
Oh, all the panelists locked in. Well, I'll repeat it once more. Last night, my brother Stephen thought he was a magician. When he woke up, he was sawing his blank in half. There's a lot of discussion going to a big debate with the Logans. All right, I'll get to them last, but I'll go ahead. Oh, no, they can't match Jada. They have to go. Let's see.
All right, Paul.
Okay.
After thorough deliberation, we've got it. He made his toilet paper.
Hold on. Let me ask Jada first.
That was good.
Oh, that was okay. Jada, last night my brother Stephen thought he was a magician. When he woke up, he was sawing his blank in half.
His bed, Paul. He was sawing his bed.
That is a good, clean Christian response. All right, Ellen. We have a bed. Oh, assistant. I can see that. Logan, do we have an assistant? Do we have a bed down in y'all's corner?
We also have a good, clean Christian answer.
That's right.
He was he was sawing
His bank account in half.
Doom, doom.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
that was tough.
No, because I don't work with the saw. That's why I didn't know what to do.
Well, if it was a dub-based question, you would have been right there. Oh, and Lizzie.
His dog. He's sawing his dog in half.
Sawing his dog in half.
Wow.
Oh man, at the end of round 2, JP is leading with 0. All right. KP, this could win the game for you if you get one match. If there are no matches, we go into overtime. All right, here's the question. Fat Frances was such a fat baby, she wasn't delivered by the stork, but by a blank. Fat Frances was such a fat baby, she wasn't delivered by the stork, but by a blank. Oh, I can almost hear the theme music now. Ellen, do you know much about fat babies? I was a fat baby. I'm embarrassed to say this, but when I was born, I was born 8 pounds, 670 ounces.
Wow.
So that's embarrassing.
That's what we call a thickums, Paul.
A thickums. Do you remember when people used to say muffin top, and that was funny? All of our panelists locked in. It looks like there's writing going down, and we're good. KP, Fat Frances was such a fat baby. She wasn't delivered by the stork, but by a blank.
Vacuum.
Vacuum. She was delivered by a vacuum. Ellen, you're smiling.
Or
the opposite of deliver, but
oh,
great.
Okay. Ellen the Savage up here. We had a crane.
Roasted.
Logan's. And we had vacuum.
The one, the only.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Lord.
Oh, and I have a feeling that the last name was part of your last answer as well. And Lizzie, do we have a vacuum?
We have an asthmatic.
Someone out of breath delivering the baby. Oh man. Okay.
I like Crane. I don't know. I think Crane wins.
Well, we're at the end of round 2, and there's been no matches yet, so we go into overtime. JP, my goodness, Jada, are you ready?
We're a little frozen over here. You know, that campus Wi-Fi is not always great.
This wasn't in the script, Paul.
No, it wasn't. But it is in the budget. Let's see. Kirsty's coming on. Kirsty's coming on. Kirsty's coming on.
So trippy.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. All right. Here's the question once more.
wait, hold on 1 second. Let me
Are we still playing a game?
Okay.
Well, I'm afraid at the end here we have no matches, so we need to go into rock, paper, scissors to see who goes to the bonus round.
I refuse to fight Logan.
Yes.
Rock.
And KP's our winner. Jada will be sending you home with complimentary prizes, $500 in cash, and an all-expense paid vacation. to Kernersville, North Carolina.
Yes! I get to come see Ellen.
Come on.
Okay, KP, for this bonus round, you will pick one of the panelists to match with. You will only pick one.
I'm gonna go with Ellen.
I'm going to go with Ellen. Okay.
No claim.
Okay, I'm going to read a phrase, a common phrase that can have many answers to it.
Okay.
The goal is for y'all to match. Okay? The phrase is, or the wording is, home blank. It can be multiple words in the blank. Home blank.
We can do this.
How you feeling, Ellen?
Not too confident, but I think we can. All right.
Okay.
Got it.
KP, home what?
Bound.
Homebound.
I almost did that. I did. Home Alone.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well,
I was so
KP,
close to put
thank
that
you for playing and congratulations on winning. You will be receiving an autographed picture of the host of Wake Div Tonight, which will be mailed to you within the next 4 to 7 business years.
I hope we get it in 7 years. Like, oh, yeah.
It's a picture of the host.
Autographed.
Autograph.
Jada got $500 and the winner got a photo of you.
I do must not have a lot of money right
Many people would say KP is the big winner here tonight. So
I'd rather have a picture of Paul.
well, good. I won't send you money. I'll send my pictures. Well, friends, thank you all for playing Match Game Wake Div Edition. And until next time, we'll see you again and stay tuned for more Wake Div Tonight.
Woo!
Cheers.
Shows like this don't just happen with one person. Many people are behind the scenes helping something like this go on, and I know y'all don't want to hear me and see me for a whole half hour. So how about this? If you have talents like singing or dancing, if you can do stand-up, if you have interesting stories to share or some games you'd like to get involved in, through the power and magic of technology, you'll see an email address appear right here above my hand. Send that little address, a little email, and get involved in the Div show tonight. We'd love to have you and we want you to be on board. So send an email and see what trouble you can get into. Well, when it comes to sports, there are many names that come to mind. Folks like Michael Jordan or Babe Ruth. But there's another name, a name closely associated with the Div school that's also in the upper echelons of the sports field. And that is Jada Williams. Jada Williams is a wonderful young personality at the Div school and is loved by all who meets her. She also has interesting takes on topics. She has a quick wit and a dry sense of humor. And I'm wondering about now what she's up to. So here's Jogging Jada. And hey Jada, what you up to?
Hey Paul, supposed to be jogging, but I went on a jog earlier today and I am extremely out of shape, so I will not be going on a second one today. Oh my god, okay, I was gonna talk about something else, but this needs to be established because I don't have time. I just walked outside and the wind is blowing and the pollen is getting in my eyeballs. Oh my goodness, like what has happened? Look at my car. Listen, I saw this on Twitter. I thought it was funny. I'm gonna bring it to y'all. If you haven't heard this, say that you heard it from me so that I can get some cred. I don't even care. But we are in a daggone pandemic and pollen has the nerve to still come out this spring. Read the room. Ain't nobody got time for this, okay? I went to the grocery store the other day. Essential items only, obviously. I sneezed. People looking at me cockeyed crazy. like I got the corona. No. I just got seasonal allergies. I don't have time for it. This pollen, oh my, I really cannot deal with it. And all these people, I don't know who all these people are walking around campus though, but that's a different story. Anyway, I like the spring, but ooh, this pollen really, it don't be doing it for me. It's like nasty, waste of time. But you know, as a beekeeper, I do love the pollen because we love the bees. We got to protect our pollinators. But somebody really got to do something about this, because ain't no reason I'm walking outside and getting pollen in my eyes, inhaling daggone, what is it, flower, I don't know. What is pollen? Ooh, I used to know the answer to this question back when I was smart. Ooh, child, and then I went to grad school. They said I'm supposed to get smarter, and I'm forgetting things I once knew. Is it aging? Maybe it's Maybelline. What am I talking about? Whatever. Anyway, look at this. All this stuff on the floor. That's nasty. Ooh, I really was just assaulted by this pollen. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it at all. I will never be here for it. Everything's yellow. I walked outside the other day. I was barefoot because I was just, you know, doing something a little quick, getting some fresh air from being inside all the time. I took 2 steps out of my apartment and my whole foot, bottom of my foot, was covered in pollen. Look at this. Just wipe my finger on the table. Look at that. You can't see it. It seems like I'm making this up. Whatever. Listen, it's a nice day. Hopefully some people, ooh, it's on my finger. Pollen just feels nasty. I don't like it. I'm about to be sneezing up a storm. This is not about to be pretty. I'm about to go inside because ain't nobody got time for this. Y'all stay safe. We'll see you on the other side.
Folks, if you have paid any attention to television over the last few months, or if you've been to the hottest nightclubs in the United States, you'll know one name's risen to the top when it comes to magic, and that is Logan Willis. Mr. Willis has been touring the nation for, the best part of the last decade, bringing magic to packed theater houses all across the country and command performances for royalty overseas. We're lucky tonight to have Mr. Willis here with us to share a few of his tricks. Now, I've been watching him backstage, and what he's done has really just amazed me, and I know you're in for a treat. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, here is Mr. Willis and his assistant to do some magic.
Hey everyone, it's Logan. And if you've been following my blog, I have been still touring, filling out stadiums, going to presidents' houses, queens' mansions, things like that. But I wanted to keep you updated on the kind of routine I'm doing. And most importantly, I want to show you guys a little tutorial on how to do a magic classic. So let's get into it. Logan here is going to be my audience member to help me with this trick. Say hi, Logan. Excellent. So, Logan, just tell me when you want me to stop.
Stop.
Right there. Take a look at that card right there. Just got that? Okay. I'm going to take your card right here, put it in the middle of the deck somewhere like that. Now, it's going to give it a cut, and I'm going to shuffle it. Now, I'm going to shuffle it one more time, this time face up and face down. With any luck, you got the card that Queen Elizabeth chose last time, so that'd be pretty lucky. Hopefully you do. Now that I've shuffled the deck like that, all the cards are face up and face down. I'll show you. We got faces and backs, backs and faces. The deck is just completely mixed up. There's even backs to backs in here as well, so it's just totally ruined. But if I turn it up just like this, all the cards will now be face up. Every one of them. Except for one card, the only card.
What? How does he do it?
And that's how you pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Friends, I hope you've enjoyed this little half hour or so of levity, I hope it's brought you a few laughs. Hope you didn't cringe too much at my jokes, and hope you didn't stare too much at my balding head. Thank you for letting me come into your living room or car, or wherever it is you may be right now, and come with this silly show. And that reminds me, there are a lot of people that think this doesn't just happen overnight. They're all listed in the credits, and stick around and watch it so you can be thankful too. Remember, we're all in this together. I'm willing to do my part to stop COVID, and I know you're willing to do yours. So until next week, when we meet again, this is Paul Freeman signing off, and saying, I'm so glad we had this time together to share a laugh, or in my case, none at all. But before you know it, COVID will be over, and it will be time for us to meet again. Good night, friends, and I'll see you next week for another edition of the Div School Tonight.